Well, good evening, everyone. How are y'all doing today? Welcome to the little video I'm doing. Today I must admit that I did not want to do a video. Don't really know why, other than, you get some other things on your mind or whatever. I know this morning, I went to church this morning. I did not want to go. Absolutely did not want to go to church this morning. Absolutely did not want to go to church this morning. I guess it's because I didn't go last week because I was working. And this week is like, it's a time change or whatever. And I was like, I don't want to get up that early. But I went, and I was glad I did. It was a real blessing to see, some people and hang with them a little bit. And I really enjoyed that whole thing. And I've been thinking about all day long, what kind of video I could do today and, what kind of encouragement I could share to people. And it's been rough to even come up with something. But one thing that I did find out today that was something that, I probably knew in the past, but I didn't really, it hadn't been at the forefront of my mind. And that is that King David was a musician. And as a matter of fact, one of his first jobs that he got when he was an armor bearer for Saul, Saul liked him because he could play the lyre or whatever it is. And that would soothe Saul, because God had sent an evil spirit to torment Saul. So David could play the guitar, so to speak, and he would play music, and that would soothe Saul. And of course, I started digging into all that stuff, and I read all those Psalms, read a lot of the Psalms today, and it's so funny to listen to David talk about those, in the Psalms. He's really sensitive to the fact that sometimes God turns his face away from him. And God withdraws from him sometimes. And, sometimes I feel that way. Sometimes it's been like that. And then at other times, God seems like he's just right there, So that's why we have to be consistent as humanly possible in our faith walk. And realize that this whole life is a test. It's all about character building. And, it's what are you going to do with your time here? And one thing that I've found that I think is good that you can consider, how you can help other people is, I really do believe that you should spend your time helping other people. I know in my case, I think about doing that all the time, and I put some effort into that. It's amazing how difficult it is to do the smallest things for other people, because we're so busy taking care of ourselves and doing our own daily routines or whatever. So you got to kind of really work that into your schedule. But But there's a couple things that you can do that I think are extremely important and beneficial to other people, and that is, number one, you can pray for them. If you set aside some time to pray and talk to God, you might be amazed at how little you actually have to say. I know in my case I have several road trips that I do each week now, and so I have probably 6 or 7 hours a week in the car running up and down the interstate. And I decided last week that on one of those trips, one of those legs of one of those trips, I was going to just pray. And it was pretty amazing at how little I had to say to God. When it was like, okay, flip the switch, it's time to pray. I didn't have a whole lot to say. I was amazed. And I finally kind of worked myself into it a little bit. And, I've been encouraged by Rick Warren to pray fervently, and to really kind of get into it and to be serious about it. And, it was amazing. There for a little while, I didn't have much to say. And so then I started going down the list of people that are on my prayer list, and it's like, okay, I know what to pray for here, I know what to pray for here, I know what to pray for here. So that's one thing that you can do to help people out, is you can pray for them. That is an amazing thing right there. And if you can imagine having an army of people praying for you, that's going to be a really game changer in your own personal spiritual warfare. And another thing you can do is you can share your vision with other people. I do think it's pretty amazing at how most people in this world are going about their day-to-day activities with not a lot of change and not a lot of impulse towards the future. And, it's like the slightest thing that you can do for someone to share your vision about something with them can alter their existence. So it's like, okay, it's just like dragging somebody into a music thing. It's amazing how you can change the existence of someone as a result of a music thing, an idea that you had that they didn't have. One of the guys that I've known forever, Sam Sims, is a buddy of mine who's a bass player and lives in Atlanta, and he's played on every show there is in the last 30 years, big shows, on the road. Awesome bass player, cool guy. I got him to play drums on this track that I'm recording that hopefully some of my friends will help me finish this month, which is my vision. But I sent a file to him and said, hey, dude, I want you to play bass on this. And he got it, and then, I said, hey, that's what I want you to do, is play bass on this. And he goes, okay. And I said, oh, by the way, if you got somebody down there that can play the drums, and really play the drums, put them on there too. And he said, yeah, man, no problem. And so Sam Sims and Sonny Emery are playing on this song that I have recorded called You're My God, which hopefully I'll get finished this month. It'd be a blessing if I can get it finished. I need some help from some people. But those two guys, as a result of working on my track, decided that they were going to market themselves as drums and bass for anybody's track. So the vision that I had for the song that I wanted to do, I translated to those other people, and it gave them some ideas about how they can move themselves forward. So, you know, when you share your vision with other people, you just really never know what it can do for their lives. So I'm one of those people that does have vision. I need to learn how to share my vision more, and I need to learn how to release what vision things that I have. So, and because you never know who's going to latch onto an idea and move forward with it. So I can just say that, you know, as an encouragement for you this week, even though I absolutely didn't want to do this video, I didn't think I had anything to say to anybody that would be relevant at all. But if you make a list of the people that you want to try to help in this world, and you go out there and actually physically try to help them do something, that's great. What else can you do? You can pray for them. And believe it or not, that probably takes less time than it would if you actually went to their house and tried to help them do something, because, you know, you got commuting time and all the rest of that kind of stuff. So praying for them is a big deal. That is a really, really big deal. It's efficient, and it's very helpful. You can pray that God will intervene in their lives in certain ways that you know that they need some help in their lives. And another thing you can do is you can share your vision. Because if you have a vision for something, you can share what that vision is. And sometimes other people can take that vision and move on it. And that's another great way that the kingdom of God can move forward. You know, so you can inspire someone, you know, with the vision that you have. So for what it's worth today, in today's video, not only should you do some things to help some people this week, I know it's hard to do, but also pray for people and share your vision with other people, because you never know what sharing your vision will do for those other people. Okay. See you later.